Up next is Lisa Cervantes. Yeah, Lisa is currently pursuing a Bachelor of Public Administration at UTSA. She plans on using this degree to begin a career in environmental policy. She previously attended San Antonio College, where she studied environmental science and helped organize Students for Environmental Awareness, a student group which focuses on local environmental issues. So when EcoCentro opened up next to the SAC campus in 2014, Lisa became a volunteer, which then inspired her to participate in community beautification projects. FYI, EcoCentro is also an early voting site. So you can just swing on by there for 2 reasons. Lisa is also an avid cyclist, commuting around town and traveling the state to race in various competitions, and she will be discussing food waste in San Antonio in 7 minutes or less, and then she will meet you at the table to answer all of your questions. Lisa Cervantes, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello. So, growing up in a family that has operated a restaurant for over 20 years has taught me a little something about food. It is simply too good to waste. Yet, Americans are throwing away 37 million tons of it annually. That's a lot of food. Food that could have otherwise gone to feed a hungry family or could have been given a new life by being recycled into compost. Oh, I forgot I had a clicker. Excuse me. This is a small sample of the tremendous amounts of food that we're wasting. And when we waste food, it has far-reaching impacts on climate change, resource conservation, and food security. It is important to think that we're throwing away so much food in the landfills, and food accounts for the single largest component of material discarded in landfills. And this is troublesome because there are various environmental impacts associated with food waste, such as a byproduct. When food decomposes, a byproduct is methane. Methane gas is a greenhouse gas that is known to be 21 times more harmful than CO2. So, landfills emit so much methane that it accounts for 18% of the total methane emissions in the United States. Also, when we're wasting food, we're not only wasting a precious resource, that's food, but all the resources that were used to grow, to manufacture, process, and distribute that food. And this is costing us a lot. $165 billion equivalent that we're throwing away annually when we throw food away. We could be saving 2% of our total energy usage if we stop wasting food. Not only is it costing us a lot, it's also costing our communities. Communities in need. People who are hungry do not have access to food because we're throwing it away instead. Texas is the second hungriest state in the United States. And 36% of the clients from the San Antonio Food Bank are children. We could instead be recovering that food and giving it to people who are hungry. A solution that I'm proposing is food recovery. And food recovery is the collection of wholesome food for the distribution to the poor and the hungry. A solution for this could be developing a food service, a food recovery service sector as part of as an extension of our existing solid waste management system. So instead of just looking at the disposal of food, we're actually recovering it and giving it to people who need it, and then looking at the end life of it through the disposal. Another solution is expanding the opportunities to compost. Compost is great because we could use it to grow more food, and also we're reducing the amount sent to landfills. Food service industries could greatly benefit from this opportunity. El Bucanero is a Mexican seafood restaurant who recently conducted a waste audit through the city of San Antonio. And in a section of our restaurant, we found that 92% of the food could have been composted, but instead, we're throwing it away right now. By increasing the opportunities to compost, that food would be composted and not sent to the landfill. It is important to note that San Antonio has already made great strides in tackling this food waste issue. We've joined the Food Recovery Challenge. The food recovery hierarchy, we're prioritizing reducing waste in the first place, feeding hungry people, feeding animals as well, and composting, and the least preferred being it sent to the landfill. Through the sustainable management of food, we're improving our local food security, saving resources, and diverting from landfill disposal. We currently have a residential diversion rate goal of reaching 45% by the year 2020. Another step that we could be taking to tackle food waste being sent to landfills is a climate action plan. So we're reducing the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that landfills are emitting. Community centers like Ecocentro are educating and advocating for sustainability. Ecocentro has been instrumental in getting the word out about composting. With its hot compost and vermicomposting efforts, we're able to be hands-on with these projects and learn how we can take these practices to our own homes and not having to always rely on our green bin. Instead, we can make our own healthy soil in our backyard. Ecocentro also offers various educational opportunities to learn about composting by having presentations at the venue and around various events around the city. Also, we are the San Antonio community partner to get your Master Composter certification. But that's not all Ecocentro does. We also educate on renewable energy sources, water conservation, native plants, gardening. It's a really awesome place, and that's really what helped me learn about all these environmental issues and how I can become an active member in the community. So Ecocentro is a very important place, as she was saying, that we can also vote there. We have early voting right now, so come and check it out. You can ask us questions about how you can start getting involved in all the classes that we offer. Throughout the week, it's not just, every other day, but we have a lot of events happening at Ecocentro. And I feel that it is helping make a sustainable San Antonio. Thank you guys so much for listening to me.